Alright, before I go live on Twitch, continue with this story. I want to talk about something real quick. So there's been a lot of talk with this. I just woke up to it. I think it just broke today. The new generation of hardware, Project Helix with the Xbox. We haven't really got anything but a logo and, you know, I guess I'm not a tech gizmo kid, but like all specs and shit. You know what I'm saying? What it's gonna run and all that. Basically, just like Windows 11 shit. You know what I'm saying? Or just an advanced version. But it will really pique my interest as well as like the other like content journalists and shit like that on YouTube. Shout out to Destin. You know what I'm saying? He has like a podcast. I think he's like mainly Xbox, but he talks about everything. Multi-plat and shit. Just what's going on. Like he actually is a journalist. Excuse me. I'm eating my Subway and shit. Pardon me. I had to get some grub in my stomach. Um, from a lot of smacking. Some like an ASMR vid. But anyways, I digress. It got me thinking, man. Um, so I take it, you know what I'm saying? So the PS6, you know, unless you run into just a little, give you a little synopsis. I'll take it, you know what I'm saying? Like if you came across it, you already heard about it. You know what I'm saying? PS6 got pushed to like 2028, 2027 at the latest. You know. Um, so far we haven't heard. We know what's coming, but they haven't like spoke word of it yet. You know what I'm saying? Um, like the PS5 Pro, that's what they really trying to push. You know what I'm saying? But in the meantime, being that GTA 6 is on horizon, you know what I'm saying? This game as well, I heard is really good performance-wise. Then they got Wolverine. You know what I'm saying? Like they're really trying to push that as much PS5s as they can. The whole people, oh, it's still going to be obsolete. You know what I'm saying? Um, Regardless, you know what I'm saying, when the PS6 arrives or not. But going back, like I said, the real topic I really want to talk about. Damn, if y'all niggas can hear me, I got a meatball in my throat. That sound crazy. I'm eating a meatball sub, banana peppers, and some chips. Um, I'm more excited. So what really um rose the questions for me is like, what's these games gonna be like since then? You know, now that what's her name, Asha. I don't want to butcher her last name and shit. I'm gonna call her like Asha Khan. The last time, that shit was like unintentionally racist as hell. Um, but yeah, she coming in at the right time, man. It seemed like everybody's now forgetting about that Phil Spencer shit, like new hardware. Oh, like now everybody's excited, And I'm gonna start off from that. Like I said it before and I say it again on wax. Like as I mentioned before, like I've loved my Series X, man. Like I'm a Sony dude, but like this generation, like from a frugal gamer, you know what I'm saying, that don't have it like that. Game Pass, like I've been eating good off of that. You know what I'm saying? I eat the South at Midnight, Indiana Jones, Ninja Gaiden 4. You know what I'm saying? All the big hitters and shit. While there's most of them I name are multi-plat, Claire Expedition. You know what I'm saying? Like I can't like you can't make me not hate. I feel like that shit like, cause that's you know what really set the tone for like what these next generate. You know what I'm saying? Like it's not even. It's just a pale reflection when I think the writing's on the wall. Everybody's hip to it now. You know what I'm saying? Like that's play Xbox Game Pass as well as the Steam machine and soon later PlayStation. I feel like that's starting to come into fruition too with the services. PS Plus. Um, they're really gonna push that. You know what I'm saying? Hard right? You know what I mean? Like it's already a mandatory that you needed to play online and shit. Um, but mark my words, the further we go into this next generation, like they're gonna push that. You know what I'm saying? Like as far as like games and shit and game trials. Now, do I think Sony would do something similar to Game Pass? No, maybe not like the day and date shit, but probably something similar to get people. You know what I mean? I've been seeing them test it a lot. Like recently where they added Death Stranding 2, like not even like a month or a month after this shit was like already released. You know what I mean? Like a 4 to 4 hour trial. You know, Sony usually don't do shit like that at all. So I took that as like, holy shit, like, PlayStation Plus is really trying to like compete with Game Pass. It's not like they don't, like, even though they won, like, you know what I'm saying, the sword, they died on the sword and shit already, but mostly due to their own blunders and shit, you know, Xbox. But to me right there was telling that, you know, it goes to show that they still see them, at least Game Pass, as a threat, you know. um and like I said, I'll die on that hill. Like I'm a Game Pass advocate, like heavy, you know what I'm saying. You compare it, it's not even night and day to me. While I love, you know what I mean, like, you know what I'm saying, getting like the PlayStation Classic shit, you know what I'm saying, on you know what I'm trying to say, like with the old shit that they put on there once in the blue moon. Now they just starting to get it together with that, like the Tekkens and the, you know, the Jack and Dexters and shit. Before it'll be like some like, you know what I'm saying, like, okay, like it wasn't nothing. Like I'll go with the lower tier, you know what I'm saying, in contrast to Game Pass, where it's just like it kind of feels mandatory, like it's completely optional, but you know, like you buying Game Pass for Ultimate, you know, excuse me, for day and date. I don't think that's like I don't know. Again, I'm not an analytics guy or anything like that, but I'm pretty sure I can go on a whim very confidently and say that, you know, the percentage of people subscribe to like core, you know what I'm saying, or whatever the fuck the lowest tier is, in contrast to Ultimate, is like astronomically, like, you know what I'm saying, like people are not even doing that shit. um Unless you really just like on the move and shit, you in the military, you got the shit in a butt, you feel me, like this is relative to whatever the experience, but like you're buying Ultimate, or either on PC or the console, you know what I'm saying. See, I didn't even want to finish my, you know what I'm saying, I didn't even get into the whole meaty potatoes, what I really, because me, like, aside from that, the Game Pass shit, you know what I'm saying, like me, I'll always give it its credit, but I just care about the games, you know what I'm saying, more than anything. Like that's why I go with Game Pass, because I always got the best premium experiences, you know what I'm saying, with half the price, you know what I'm saying. You probably buy this shit, my yapping, this food getting cold. But yeah, new hardware, cool, you know what I'm saying, excited. Now we got the Steam Machine, got Project Helix. Now PS6 need to show their hands, you know what I'm saying, but I'm super excited. Like what Justin said, the GDC, I think that's what, you know, some computer shit, that's when everything's gonna start getting like revealed. Well, at least with the Steam, you know, and Project Helix. But I'm looking at these, you know what I'm saying, going back to that question, you know what I'm saying, that like what is a return to form, what does that look like? Like, you know, some people, you know, are confused or against it, because it's like, hey, like first you told me that, you know what I mean, like you're going to be multiplayer, now you're saying it's going to return to form. So does that mean that Halo, I need a Xbox to only play Halo? Like me, I've said this before in a past video, I think it was titled what Xbox needs to do to come back, you know what I'm saying, what I think they need to do. But I don't think Xbox is that dumb to, like, you know what I'm saying, like make Halo exclusive, at least not right now. Gears of War, maybe, huge possibility. We haven't heard anything from what is it, the Coalition, yeah, the Coalition as of yet, so they very much well can do that, you know what I'm saying. Maybe it was scheduled for multi-platform, talking about E-Day, but now it's like, well, all this internal shit going on, like they reverted back to that, like, hey, like, no, you need the box, and that shit probably going to be like across, that shit probably a little further away, you know what I'm saying, 2020, late, 100% 2027, maybe late or early 2028. But yeah, that shit probably going to be like a cross, if not a cross between, you know what I'm saying, old gen, which will be this gen that we on right now, and Project Helix, you know, next gen. But yeah, aside from that, like the Halos and the Gears and the, you know what I'm saying, what I think, well, you know, they got Bethesda, like I'm looking at these other developers and shit, you know, the Bethesda's, like, damn, like, I'm again going back to that old vid, just to the synopsis, like, I'm like, holy shit, could the next machine, you know, the Wolfenstein or indie be exclusive to Xbox, you know? To have that time exclusivity going for it did fucking super critically acclaimed before it even got without PlayStation. You know what I'm saying? Like that shit was already, people was calling the game reward worthy before it even dropped on the platform. You know, on multi-plat. Um, so they got that. They got Rage. They can do, but another one was really kind of got me like scratching my head, like holy shit, man. I don't know if y'all heard the news about Radical Games. New Radical now, they rebranded themselves. The people that did Prototype and shit. And you know, if you haven't heard of them, you definitely probably heard the game or heard of it. Prototype, you know what I'm saying? One of their biggest, you know what I mean? They did Scarface, The Word of You. I didn't realize that until recently. I ain't gonna lie, I was on GTA growing up. I like Scarface, the movie and shit, but at first I just wasn't hit. I was aware of it, but I never owned it, you know what I'm saying? I would just see it like on back in the day, you know what I'm saying? People talking about it and shit. I just thought it was a GTA clone, you know what I'm saying? I really didn't get to the GTA clones to like Saints Row, you feel me? That's just my personal story with it. Like I'm impartial, like I'm not against it. I understand its impact and shit. So people was kind of excited, you know what I'm saying? Well, I'm excited too, because Prototype was like one of my favorite shit, you know what I'm saying? Outside of like, you know what I'm saying, next to Infamous and shit, you know? The freedom of like, holy shit, man, even though you're a fucking anti-hero, but one of the best, you know what I'm saying, hero games, you know what I'm saying, of all time. Still to this day, I feel like. So that rose the question to, you know what I'm saying, oh, we might get a remaster or a remake and shit like that. Cool. I don't see how, you know what I'm saying, they rebranded or coming back. You know, they have a website page with those 3 games, you know what I'm saying, up there. The Scarface, that, and the Hulk game too. A Prototype and the Hulk game. So that's not out of the question. We definitely, that's not, you know what I'm saying, too far-fetched, too pie in the sky. That will, you know what I'm saying, get maybe a port, a current gen, or, you know what I'm saying, something like that. But I want, like, when I really ponder on it and was chewing the idea, like, holy shit, okay, like, this is cool. You know what I mean? Things that we used to love is coming back and shit. I don't know how corporations work, but I think Radical Games, right? I hope y'all see. I know I'm all over the place and shit. I'm fucking eating, multitasking. I don't know how to. This is no scripted shit. But all that being said, right? I'm pretty sure Radical Games, they're not like in, like they're still under Activision. You know what I'm saying? Like how Activision got the Tony Hawk shit, you know what I'm saying, Crash Bandicoot now, which is fucking crazy. Diablo, Activision, you know, so I'm saying, like, I'm pretty sure, I'm almost, yeah, 1000% sure that shit was, that's Activision, Radical Games. At least that, yeah, that's what shit, that pops up when you play. I remember trying to play it again recently, you know what I'm saying, just to check a trip down memory lane, Prototype 2, and the shit popped up, yeah. I can remind myself. So that being said, like, I'm pretty sure, like, they not, you feel me, they not independent and shit like that. So I don't know where, I hope y'all probably get where I'm going with this, you know, like Xbox, the Kinects, they own them. Could we possibly be seeing like Xbox building like their own Infamous, you know what I'm saying, if you will, like as their mascot? Could we see, you know what I'm saying, same with Scarface, they already got the connection with indie. Could they be doing that, you know what I'm saying, with Scarface, with the loose licensed movie shit? You know what I mean? The Hawk. Now that's kind of tricky, even though that's not, I don't know how that works, you know what I'm saying, because they probably gotta go through, you know what I'm saying, the, you know, some middleman and shit like that. Like, that's still Marvel and shit. I don't know how business work on that side of that, but it's been done before. Like, you look at Sony and Marvel and shit, you know, you just can't pit, you feel me, like they probably just can't pit Spider-Man in their game and shit like that if they were to do it, you know what I'm saying, like a Hulk. But I don't see why they couldn't make that happen either. The Hulk destruction. And again, it's on their like description shit when they put it up there like, hey, this is what we was known for. You feel me? Like, so people have that reference, you know. When then people hear like Radical Games, people are like, what the like, you know what I mean? Like now it's out there to where it's like, yeah, like y'all grew up playing this shit, you know. So I don't think that's. With that being said, I don't think that's just, you know what I mean, them just pitting up their resume. I think that's intentional. Like, we could possibly be seeing like an exclusive fucking Hulk game on the Xbox from Activision, Radical Games, new Radical Games. Prototype as well, you know? Again, like I said, with the whole, like, them having their own mascot and shit. Which would be fucking crazy, bro. Like, super crazy. I feel like that alone right there, like, I'm not gonna go as far to say like a day one system seller. You know what I'm saying? Because I take it, you know, that these hybrids, between the Steam Machine and Project Helix is gonna be on the pricey side, you know. And that's an understatement. You feel me? It's hard to get your hands on these shits. You know, the Xbox Series S and PlayStation. But I almost lost train of thought, excuse me. But yeah, fuck it. I can definitely see them doing that. You know what I mean? Making that an exclusive. Oh yeah, that's what I was saying. Now, I don't think that'll be like a system seller, like something that has the much, you know, staying power, or, you know, ring bells like a Halo or a Gears. But it's something. You know what I mean? It'll get people talking. It'll definitely get me talking. You feel me? Like, you know, kind of like, damn, shit. Maybe I should invest in that shit over the Steam Machine. See, that's crazy, man. It's crazy because before all this shit, you know what I'm saying, the new Xbox even released this shit. You know what I mean? I was team like Steam Machine. That's a mouthful right there. I was team Steam Machine, man, because that's like they had the Oculus third party shit. Ain't the Oculus, but we're gonna go with that third party VR headset shit. They had you know what I'm saying? It looked like a Series X. Like I had that reference. You feel me? And it, you know, then they had everything just looks sleek. You know what I mean? It just looks super intuitive. You feel me? But now, as well as, you know, the appeal of, now I don't know how they would do it, but like the Steam games, like Valve, I should say. But I take it they could, you know, I have a video on this too, but just give it a synopsis, like what intrigued me about the Steam Machine. That's why I was like, really made me take, like made me want to pay closer attention to it off the strength of that. Like, okay, like, you know, me, I'm thinking about the games, as I mentioned before, like, damn, what's this shit gonna look like? Could we be seeing like a Half-Life 3, a Left 4 Dead 3, you know what I'm saying? Like Team Fortress 3, Portal 3, are those gonna be, if not exclusive, timed exclusives, you know? Which is enough to get people, you feel me? Like people will run and flock to that shit. You know, like all you gotta do is just show a logo. I never grew up on Half-Life, but like a Left 4 Dead, boy, what? Nigga, that's a day one purchase, you know what I'm saying? Or I'm gonna move shit around, you feel me? If it's not day one, to make sure that I secure that, you know what I'm saying, that slot. Cause I wanna play that shit. I ain't missing out on that. But now, going back to the Project Helix shit, it's like now that, you know, keeping everything in mind what I just said with the you know, the acquisition, like, of with these publishers, these studios they bought, what these niggas got cooking up, man, you know, that's what's intriguing me more than anything, because they got like they got bangers, you feel me, for real. Like, that's no understatement. Like, again, going back to that whole, I'm saying again, like, y'all probably just the first time y'all tuned in, so I'm speaking like, you feel me, but it is what it is. I'm, you know, gonna roll with the dice. I mentioned this before, and you probably heard it from other places too, you know what I'm saying? But this past Game Awards, every game, bro, was a Xbox Game Pass day one purchase, to the indies, the Ninja Gaidens, etc. You know what I'm saying? So it's not like Xbox Series X, like they've proven themselves already worthy of being a great publisher and being able, you know what I'm saying, put out good shit. when they put the hands of the with the power of the hands of the creators, you know what I'm saying? Like the Compulsion Games and shit like that. The South of Midnights, the Claire Expeditions. Um, they built that, you know what I'm saying, already. The Ninja and it shows. Um, so now that they got like this track record, you know what I'm saying, of being able to, you know what I'm saying, pull off remarkable shit, like have a good, you know what I'm saying, good experience, like, you know what I mean, like delivering and shit. Um, that could only mean for the next, you know what I'm saying, phase of this generation, they gonna wanna, you know what I'm saying, just not just build on that, but just like it sounds like over deliver. You know what I mean? Like again, like we could possibly shout out to Destin again, but like I wouldn't be surprised. Like he said something where like he wouldn't be surprised if Diablo is probably is exclusive, or at least timed exclusive. You know, that'll make people holy shit, bro. Like people will lose their shit in a good way. You know what I mean? PlayStation and Sony, you feel me? And for the people that be like, you know what I'm saying, they don't even have to be. I know that game is one of the shit. It's not like a Skyrim to where, you know, like it's still niche, but a lot of people do like Diablo. You feel me? Like they will die on the sword. You know what I'm saying? Regardless of how bad Diablo, they say Diablo 4 was, which I thought was fine. You feel me? But again, like I'm a new jack. Like that was my first Diablo, so I don't know. Like I can't speak from that position. You know what I'm saying? So they know more. You feel me? But I had fun with it. You know, but if Xbox would have really like doubled down on this shit, man, we could see them come back like swinging for real. Like they have a chance. You know, I generally in my heart feel like that if they play their cards right, because I feel like, you know, they're kind of in this weird position to where they only, you can't go deeper than a hole than that what you just did. You know what I'm saying? With the Xbox, you know, with, you know, the brand and shit, you know, not a good look. You know what I'm saying? Minus again, and that's not saying I'm impartial to it. You feel me? Like I don't like to be segregated with any console and shit. You know what I'm saying? If anything, I'm more concerned than anything. You know what I mean? Because I'm like, damn, like. Before I should say, when when everything transpired, you know what I'm saying, with the Phil Spencers and this new, you know, leadership shit position, like it really made me feel like, you know what I'm saying, for what they paint this picture, like these jerks, like holy shit, like Xbox is dead, you know what I mean? And I'm like, bro, like I want to hear that, man. This is like, I had so much fun. I had more fun on this shit, this hardware than my PlayStation. You know what I'm saying? On my whole generation. This whole generation, you know. I mean, that's gonna change when Wolverine come out and shit. But who knows? You feel me? That shit might. I know that ain't gonna be mid. I'm just being contrarian and shit. You know what I'm saying? But nah, to that effect, like Spider-Man 2. Don't get me wrong. Like, well, I thought that was a good game. It ain't touching Spider-Man 1 for me. Nor Miles Morales. You feel me? Like when the honeymoon phase started. Now is it a bad game? No. You feel me? But when I think generation defined, and that's not to say that there's not fucking great games. You feel me? Again, I'm trying to sound contrarian, but like me, like it's crazy, man. Like Sony is like they good at what they do. Like as far as putting shit like single player exclusive out, like we know what they're capable of. You know what I'm saying? So all I'm gonna say is, you feel me? Just those, you know, without going into tangent with them, you know, because I want to keep this strictly like what I want these, you know, what I kind of want to see from these developers and shit, that these studios they bought. But just to wrap that up, now we know what Sony is capable of. And it just felt like they played it safe this whole generation. You know what I'm saying? With their games. And that's as far as I'm gonna go into it. Like I've had my opinions. I went deeper, like as far as the games, but like there's definitely some that I do think is mid. I'm not even gonna lie to you. God of War, Ragnarok, Boar of War, Horizon Forbidden West, which is probably not the most fair take, being that I didn't really give it that much a try, and I actually really did like Horizon later in the game. The first one, Zero Dawn, I didn't like it at first until later, like the later half, and then the last half, and then the game ended with Zero Dawn, and made me, I'm like, holy shit, I'm super excited for Forbidden West. And then when I got it in my hands, I'm like, I'll rather just be playing. I'll play Monster Hunter over this shit. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm just like, yeah, this shit is just too bloated and boring. I don't care what's going on. But that's just a personal preference, you know what I'm saying? Like, and I've heard people say the same thing too, you know. Um, so it really boils down. That probably just boils down to like preferences and shit. But going back, I digress. Going back to the whole like, I guess, cause we don't know, you know what I'm saying? This is just all some pie in the sky shit. But I feel like the writing is on the wall. You know what I'm saying? Like all of the line, like not even to. I think the day before yesterday of the news being released, you know what I'm saying? Radical Games, like, yeah, like they came out and said, you know what I'm saying? Wrote the news and said, like, hey, like, we're back, you know what I'm saying? In full force, like, you know what I mean? They had job listings and all that shit, you know? Um, then it's Project Helix shit, you know what I'm saying? Like, come on, like, pitting two together. Like, don't get me wrong, like, games, you feel me? That's, things get announced and you know, all the fucking time and shit. But like coming from being that that's a Activision owns that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like that's pretty telling that everything that I said is not. You know what I'm saying? Like just some throwaway me just sounding crazy and shit. You know, I think it'll be interesting if they were to go that route. I think that shit'll be hot. If Prototype was like from the ground up was built for like you like for real like so you know what I mean? Like this is our Infamous. You know what I mean? That would be fucking crazy. Actually, same with Scarface. Like I think, well, that game for what I've seen is great. It looks great. You know, but that was during the time where licensed games like you only got a couple of them that were had that much quality. While that game is unique because it's a GTA clone, GTA clone. You know, but you can't just what's the word I'm trying to look for? It's residual. I don't know the word. I don't know what the I'll be trying to use these big words and shit. You can't just like throw it away and chalk it up as a GTA clone. For what I've seen, like it definitely has this uniqueness to it. You know, same with the Godfather 1 and Part 2. You know what I'm saying? They were doing some shit that like GTA wasn't even doing at the time. As far as you know what I mean, like the different activities and how you know what I'm saying, like tackle missions and shit like that. Like it was dope. So I'm saying that to say this, like, if they were to remake that shit, bro, which I don't think that's out of, you know, that's not out of the, you know what I mean? Like, just that's not, like too far-fetched. That'll be great, man. I think that'll be another one. That'll be probably like a indie situation. You know, they don't even need the appeal of like a, you know what I'm saying? Like a just using his likeness and personality and shit, Al Pacino and shit. I think he'll be for it. You know, he's pretty up there in age and shit. I think he's probably like, yeah, fuck it. You know what I'm saying? Like, sure, go ahead. Like, he's not, you know, or he's not, you know what I'm saying? Not to say that he don't got any gas in him or anything like that, but you feel me? If I was his age, I would just let people, you feel me? Like, sure, make me fucking, if you want to make me AI, I think Matthew McConaughey, like, he signed a contract with AI. I'm like, okay, that's interesting. I like the Matthew McConaughey, but, hey, maybe that's the lens he was going, you know what I'm saying? What I'm saying, you know what I mean? And translated to Al Pacino, you know what I mean? Like, fuck it. You know, I'm not going to be here forever, even though he's way younger than dude. But yeah, that'll be dope to see that, you know, with the quality of like, you know what I mean, like what a machine game would do, you know what I mean, make it more than just a GTA clone. What else? I would say, I don't know if they will come. I think eventually they might come back. A Saints Row. That's Deep Silver Volition. See, that's crazy. I always would have thought that Microsoft will acquire them as well. You know what I'm saying? Be they have the Red Faction shit and Saints Row, you know? And if you played them games, like they're kind of, you know what I'm saying, symbiotically like connected in some way, you know? While not, you know, the Ultor shit. So that'll be interesting. You know, I seen some shit floating around. I don't know how credible it was that they were gonna do like a 1970 game with Saints Row, which will be interesting as fuck. But yeah, as far as, you know what I'm saying, just to keep it grounded, you know what I'm saying, just let's land the plane and shit, you know, with my ADHD ass, I'm gonna go on these crazy tangents and shit. Um, but that's really what you know what I'm saying, I'm more excited to see, you know, like make me like really my ears perk up, you know what I'm saying? I'm like my bells start ringing like, oh shit, man, like we could probably, cause we very much white see that shit, you know what I mean? I would not be surprised, you know, without multi, you know, again, if not exclusive, definitely time exclusive. You feel me? I think that'll be enough to where people will be like, holy shit, man, like again, like maybe I should invest in this shit, you know? Um, that's what you call good nostalgia bait. You feel me? That's how you get anybody, you know what I'm saying? Bringing back something like of that quality, you know what I mean? That's beloved from the past and locking it down to like a fucking like what, bro? That'll be crazy. I'm trying to think of what other studios done that before. I can't think of the top of my head, but I mean, I guess we could use that for an example, even though it was a timed exclusive with indie again. You know what I'm saying? The perfect example. Like if you grew up playing the other Indiana Jones games, you know what I'm saying, growing up, the licensed video games. But I think they had the actual likeness and personality of Harrison Ford at the time. Um, some of them games are on Xbox via Xbox Compat as well. Um, so yeah, man. Like I'm super excited, man. Super excited to see. It's always cool to get new hardware or just hear about it, and you know what I'm saying. Just gives people, you know what I'm saying, stuff to look forward to. You know what I mean? It's like Christmas in the summer and shit. You know what I mean? Get you looking forward to what's in store on the horizon and shit. You know, while you patiently wait for these game releases and shit. You know, and what a better time than now to say it before GTA 6, you know? Uh, Cause you know, I think that's what everybody, you feel me? Like that's in the meantime, you know, a lot of these games that I just mentioned, like a prototype, those were probably like a little ways off, you know? Being that we haven't even seen what the consoles look like yet, Project Helix. I'm here, fingers crossed, it's GDC, you know? If they were that confident to talk about it and show the logo, like I'm pretty sure that they're, you know, maybe this next Microsoft, what was it called, showcase? Maybe not a direct, but like, yeah, like a whole showcase will be revolved around that, you know what I'm saying? Getting us familiar with the new chain of command and shit. That sounds kind of like very patriarchy shit, you know what I'm saying? Nah, but like, you get what I'm trying to say. Like, get us familiar with Ash and shit. Bring back Matt, what's his name, Matt Booty and shit. You feel me? It'll kind of like soften the blow, you know, with the whole Sarah Bond and Phil Spencer shit, you know. Just talking about new hardware, you know, and what's in store. You feel me? And I think they'll be back on track, you know what I'm saying, or at least get people talking, you know what I'm saying? It will shut me up, you feel me? Definitely you can see it now, like it's already kind of taking the heat off of them, you know. I mean, I looked at the comments and you get people like, you know what I'm saying, like they always gonna have they whatever shit to say about something, but I'm optimistic about it, you know. Being that, you know, these games that they put out, they's definitely delivered. But yeah, I don't want to drag this shit. I'm done eating and shit, you know what I'm saying? I just wanted to get that out because I felt inspired to. Again, once again, like if you want somebody that's way more articulate, you know, if you haven't heard, I think it was like he was like on RGN and shit, Destin, you know what I'm saying? That's the one, a video that I watched before one up and decided to record my own and shit, you know what I'm saying? Because I felt like there was a lot of interesting things that he was saying, and then I remember, like I said, with the whole radical shit, radical games. I'm like, yeah, I gotta have my little spiel to it. But yeah, I'm not gonna drag this out. Y'all gotta stay up and stay blessed. Blessed. Damn, holy shit, my fucking English is going haywire. Yeah, I'ma stream this game. Bro, this shit, dog. I got stuck. Now I figured it out. Yesterday I was playing it. Um, I had to force myself to do it because I didn't see I was lucky enough not to run into any spoilers, but like I was definitely seeing like little clips. I diverted from it. Like I'll look away and shit. I want to go into this blind. You feel me? Totally. And so far I've been doing that successfully. You know, I don't even want to speak that into existence or jinx it, but yeah, I got stuck on this puzzle and shit. I'm still fairly, you know, I'm probably like the second section with Grace. You know, when you got to the, I'm not gonna spoil it for the people who haven't played it or got to it. I take it if you watching this shit, you either played the game already or watched it. But I got to that section to where you in the hospital and shit, you know. Try to figure out this puzzle, could not do it for the life of me. Took me like a fucking hour just running around and shit. Finally did it, you know what I'm saying? Then I left it right there, you know, because I couldn't just, my little heart could take it anymore, you know. Shit could start getting real wicked from there. So I had to recollect myself and take a step back. But yeah, man, I don't know. It's something about these Resident Evil. See, I felt the same with Village. I haven't played 7, but it's so cool. You know what I mean? Like it feels like I don't know. Like it has like that Dark Souls charm to it. A FromSoft game, I should say. Excuse me. That whole like backtracking. It's something kind of like once you do, excuse me, figure it out that puzzle or you know what I'm saying? Find that herb and get to that safe room. It's something like I don't know. It like releases like cortisol levels. Like oh, like this sense of like accomplishment. I don't know. Maybe it's just me, but the same feeling. It kind of invokes the same feeling that I again like from a FromSoft game. Like I've just recently been playing for the first time Demon Souls remake, you know. Well, the only game I've beaten like start to finish was Bloodborne, you know what I mean, from a FromSoft game. Fucking you know what I mean, it don't even need an introduction. It's fucking Bloodborne, you know. I think after that I'm gonna play Sekiro. I heard a lot of good things about that shit too. Oh, going back to what I was saying, if you stuck around this long, holy shit, bro, like Sekiro 2, I think that's inevitable, man. That's Activision. Could we see, right? I'm pretty sure. I'm almost 100% sure. Yeah, that's Activision. Could that be exclusive to Xbox, bro? Holy shit. If not timed exclusive and they lock that down, bro, people eat that shit up from Sauce. Holy fuck, man. Yeah, I'm speaking this in real time, man, because I'm trying to think of a vid. I think I already know how to put it, you know what I'm saying, with the radical, you know what I'm saying, shit. But like, I gotta throw in Sekiro 2 in there too, which I think is inevitable at this point, you know. We might even see something like Sekiro before Bloodborne, you know. It's cool that they even can have the power to do that, just to go everywhere and people will just flock to them. You know what I'm saying? Like, i.e. Blood Dusk that's coming to the Nintendo Switch whenever the fuck they decide to fucking, you know what I mean? I feel like we heard about it, it came and it went and nobody, you know what I'm saying? I'm still waiting, you feel me, on that shit. Then I'll be interested to buy a Switch too. But yeah, man, if they were to lock that shit down, and between that and everything I mentioned before with those games, man, holy shit, dog. Same with Tony Hawk, you know what I'm saying? Well, I don't, again, time exclusive, if anything, it's something, you know what I mean? Holy shit, man. We might be seeing the change of tides. I'm not even gonna lie. Might be the biggest comeback of all time. You know what I mean? You could, yeah. And some people, you either just want to be the blah blah black sheep or just a hater. I feel like, cause anybody that prays on game, you're not a real gamer if you're praying on a console's fucking downfall. You know what I'm saying? I get it. You know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of these, man, fuck the corpos and shit. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, but like, you know what I mean? Like, nigga, build your own shit. Like, you still playing on him, or at least the play, nigga. You think Sony give a fuck about you? You know what I mean? If anything, you know what I'm saying? Give these devs the shine the light on them. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I don't know. Like, a lot of these people, they be like advocating for like Sony as if they really care about your ass like that. Like these niggas just trying to get as much money as they can get about that. Like you feel me? That's why I was more going back to what I was saying. But like the Steam machine was like my first like that. I would gravitated to that more. You feel me? It's not to say that I'm not gonna buy a PlayStation 6, but I already know. I'm like, okay, like this is gonna be great. I'm probably not even gonna get my hands on the shit, being how this shit going with the trade fairs and everything else. Like this shit probably gonna be fucking cost you an arm and a leg. I'm probably gonna be just on my PS5 for real. You got GTA 6. I'm Gucci. I'm chilling. You know what I'm saying? I'll wait. You know, but I gotta get my hands on this shit. You feel me? Like I already know that this shit is gonna be. You know what I mean? Quality. There's gonna be quality games on this shit eventually. You know what I mean? Hopefully, off the gate. Hopefully that maybe not abandon that live service shit that it was doing, but like they can find that balance between, you know what I'm saying, having great exclusive, but in the low periods, like you know, like you know what I'm saying, feed us and shit. You know what I mean? Like you feel me? Like I eat. Excuse me. Factions Part 2. You know what I mean? Whenever the fuck they decide to do a Last of Us Part 3. Maybe if Intergalactic has a multiplayer, you feel me? It's like damn. Like in the meantime, feed it. I take it that Helldivers is gonna be around for a minute. You know what I mean? Marathon. You take it for how you want it and shit like that. I'm not in. I want that game to succeed. You feel me? I'm gonna say it like that. You know what I mean? It's not for me. It's not a me game. But I would like to. I would like for to. I would like to see them kind of. You know what I'm saying? Do something to where it makes me want to gravitate towards it. I just think it needs a fucking PvP mode. You know what I'm saying? From my experience, what I play with it, just shit was short lived. I feel like the fun because of that. You know, you barely run into players and shit. But maybe that was just my experience and shit. But yeah. See now I'm all over the place. But yeah, going back to what I was saying, just closing that shit out. If you stuck this long, yeah, here's to the next generation, man. Now we just gotta be patient and watch and see. And oh yeah, that's what I was saying. Like we could be seeing the biggest comeback, you know, because it seemed like for what she say on paper, of course they're gonna say all the right things on right paper and on paper and shit. But like, you know, like she got the what's his name beside her and shit, kind of like guiding her and mentoring her through the shit. Matt Booty, you know what I'm saying? Like he gonna, you know what I'm saying? Hopefully he puts her on game, no pun intended. You know what I'm saying? And they follow in the same footsteps. What Phil Spencer built, you know, with the whole, you know what I'm saying? This Game Pass shit, and now this new rebrand of like bringing exclusives back. You know what I'm saying? Who knows? Maybe they might even bring back backwards compatibility. You know what I'm saying? A couple more 100 games, which will be fucking awesome. If all goes well. So yeah, I'm excited, man. Super excited for this next showcase. I'm gonna keep, just as everybody else, like keep my in tune with it, my ear to the ground to see like how this all transpires. And then when they actually do show it, like best believe I'm gonna have my opinions about it and shit. But yeah, alright. Now for real, y'all gotta stay up and stay blessed. I'm gonna peace up out of here and actually try to play this game and shit.